What's going on, people? It's JP Vinylstyleuk, East End Customs. We're back. Today we're going to be showing you how to go about spraying your calipers and applying logos and what exactly we're actually going to be using. So to kick things off, we've got the Audi A4 estate in. The customer wants the calipers to be sprayed red with the little S-line logos on, so specific S-line logos as well. So we're now going to show you the process of how we go about doing this. We've already got the wheels off, already got the axle stands on, we've already cleaned the actual calipers themselves. The battery was flat before. I couldn't really get all that on camera, but we cut all that boring stuff out and we crack on. So basically what we've got is the, as I said, Audi A4 estate. We've got the wheels off, calipers ready to be sprayed. We are going to be using the cold zinc primer. This is basically heat proof for, you don't even actually, wait, I'm gonna drop that. You don't even actually need the primer for the stuff that we're going to be using, because we're going to be using the Simmons red. It does actually state that not to use the primer, but the way I see it is primer just gives you that even coat for just to cover any sort of like gradients in the base of the actual metal itself. So say you spray this red over the metal and it's got like a bit of black at the top of it that ain't been like sort of marked, or this is going to cover that. So I'm give it that one base coat to make it this stand out better. So I always say prime it, but we've got that heat primer, cold zinc primer, if you want to know what one to use, because it took me a little while to work out exactly what to actually use. So we're going to go with a cold heat primer, bang it with a red. This is actually matte red, heat paint up to 300 Celsius, and then we are then going to just give it that little bit of clear because it's matte, just to seal it all up after the logo has been put on, because we're going to put vinyl onto the actual heat paint itself, and then we're going to clear coat it with the engine paint. Okay, so these are the three things we're going to hit it with. We're first going to go around, put some masking on all the calipers, get the car covered, because we don't want to get no overspray onto the paintwork, onto the customer's car. So yeah, we're going to run around quickly, just lace up the car with that. We've gonna got these polythene dust sheets. We've got these from Screwfix, literally £2.50 max for two, and you get these big boy sheets that, you know what I mean? You can even cut these up or use them a couple of times. I just went and bought a handful of them, like 20 quid's worth, just to have in the shop, because you never know when you're going to actually need them. I mean, I had a full wrapping in the other day, which I literally wrapped, and then that's to spray the calipers. So I covered the whole car in one of these, or a couple of these, just to keep the dust away from the wrap that I'd actually put onto the car previously. So yeah, these come in handy. So if you want to get a proper job done, go and get yourself a couple of these. have our 3 stages all here ready to go. Got our heat paint, our heat primer and the engine paints. First we're going to start off with our cold zinc primer. Give it a nice old shake up. Stick that in there, tap there. What I'll do is also lay this underneath there, just to catch any bullshit. Okay, so give it a good old shake. Just literally a nice good old coat, little dusty coat for it. It's actually pretty good stuff, can't lie. Okay, so that's that one done. We're now going to let this one set. I'm going to go around and mask up all the rest of them while this one sets. Okay, so we've now got all of our calipers masked up. They're all in primer, ready for the red. We're about to run around and hit them with that. I'm going to quickly show you how I've masked them, primed them. Let's have a look down here at this one. We've got our polythene sheet. We cut in half, bit of masking tape on each end. We literally cut down this side, tucked it underneath, bit of masking tape. With this one we used the carrier bag. Literally, that's the way I'd suggest you guys go with it. Literally cut in between the handles down one side, and it literally hugs that disc and the disc guard pretty well. Tucks underneath your caliper, does the job pretty perfect, I'd say. This side we actually used a microfiber cloth. Again, that worked pretty well, can't lie. A bit of tape on the top just to hold it in place. That covered the disc pretty well. Tucked underneath pretty cleanly. Used the same method with a polythene sheet. So yeah, man, just use your initiative, man. Just use whatever you can get your hands on to mask these brakes up. When paint gets on the discs, don't matter too much. You'll get a bit of grinding right when you first start using it, but that will disappear within a couple of minutes of driving the car and using the brakes. Yeah, so now we're at this stage. We're about to just hit it with a red heat paint, get them all prepped. We've already got the passenger side one done, so we're going to run around, get them all ready for the stickers to go on. So we're going to apply the red, then we're going to move over to the computer and the actual vinyl cutter. I'm going to show you where I'll find all my sort of branding logos, all like the Audis, the Maseratis, the BMWs. All these sort of logos are available online for free in vector file. I've only just found out about it, but I've been doing this for years, and somebody told me about it, and I was like, since when? Goddamn. The amount of hours I spent mocking these vector files up for these logos, like trying to make them perfect, like, do you know what I mean, every little line, or do you know what I mean, like for instance the ST logo, I was spent probably about a day or two trying to make that perfect. And I had a customer wanted some ST straps, and he kept coming back going, nah, that's not right, it don't look right, or this bit curves. Oh, mate, it was a headache. But found out about this site. You can download them from, I'll put all the info here so you can go down and get them yourself. And basically it's just going to cut your time for these jobs in half, especially if you're doing it for yourself as well, so you can pick exactly what one you want, how you want it, blah 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 blah. But you must have one of these cutting machines and the software that I've got, CorelDRAW, SignCut Pro, that's what I use. So once you get the AI files, you can literally just put them into your system, size them, cut them, peel them out of your vinyl, stick them onto your caliper. I mean, some of you might be skeptical about using normal sign vinyl on your calipers, but I was as well until I actually done it. But basically, if you're using the right primers and the right heat paints and the right sealants, you won't have a problem, because basically that heat paint is resistant up to 300 Celsius. The vinyl's also resistant up to a certain degree. You can also get that up to about 100 degrees before it starts doing something. And you've also got the engine paint going over the top, which is also resistant. So you've got 300 from the bottom, 100 from the top, and the vinyl's also heat resistant. So didn't have much of an issue, because I thought about it the other day when I've done the Maserati calipers, stuck the Maserati logos on there, and come out pretty good. I mean, he done a couple of 100 miles round trip the other day, and come back with no issues. So no problems. These things work, mate. So all the skeptics out there, you know what to do. So yeah, we're gonna crack on. Gonna get these calipers sprayed up red, and then jump onto the computer and show you the whole process. So yeah, mate, let's go. We now got our calipers all sprayed red, hit them with 2 coats. I did try and get some footage of that, but the actual camera battery died, so that was insufficient, if you want to call it that. So we didn't get no footage of the actual spraying, but I'm pretty sure you know what I was doing. So yeah, we're now about to find our logos. For this particular vehicle, we've got an S-line, so the customer wants the S-line logos on the actual caliper itself. So what we're going to do, go to a site called Seek Logo, and this will bring up your vectors and logo templates. And you come into here, as you can see, this will give you whatever logo you desire. So I'll just mention some of the back. You've got Coca-Cola, BMW, Google, Vivo, Microsoft, McDonald's, Apple, virtually everything. Louis Vuitton. Don't know if I should be showing you this, to be honest. Might get a little bit of copyright, but yeah, we're gonna do the S-line. They go Audi S-line. Let's see what we can find. Our customer wants the one with a square with the S-line in, so we look like this is the one. That is the one. Obviously, look, as you can tell, you've got all the different types of Audis, Audi Sport, Audi Q7s, Audi R8s, all different types of stuff here. But the one that we want is this one, the virtually the S-line, standard S-line logo. You're going to be careful here, because look, see some of these stock images download. This ain't the actual one to download. This one is, okay? Making sure we got the right logo here. Vector. We shall find out as soon as we click download. Download vector. Your download will begin in 1, 0. So yeah, once you've downloaded your file, you'll find it in your downloads. So we open up our file, and as you can see, what is this about? What is it doing to me? Hold on a second. Let's reload this. So here we go. We've now got our file into the unzip program. As you can see, it's there. That will now download as a CDR, ready for your cold draw. Okay, so now we've downloaded our logo. We now go to right click, import. This is our logo here. And there we have it. This is our S-Line logo. The caliper that we're going to stick this on is already red, so all we want is this grey to be white, but we're going to leave it in grey just for the sake of the screen. We're going to ungroup it, because if we go to wireframe, we can see that these lines are going to cut through, right? We don't want that. So what we're actually going to do is, if we go back to enhanced, if we move this square out of the way, we can see that that's still a full square. So we do Control Z, which undoes our movement, puts it back inside. So then now we're going to select the red square and the grey square, and we're going to trim, which then trims the red square inside the grey, delete the red, and it leaves you with the outline and this S here. So now that S that overlaps the square, we now select the S, select the square, and weld together. So now when we go to wireframe, we now have a nice clean exit and entry points, the lit S, and it will cut around all of this, leaving it all in one piece. So now we select the whole thing and weld it together, and that keeps everything nice and in line. So now what we're going to do is go to our car and take some measurements quickly. So we're looking at, it's going to be quite tiny, these things here, really, to be honest with you. So we're going to go to centimeters, and we want it, it's going to be so small, around 2 centimeters high. Oh, that's 2 centimeters raw. About 2 centimeters height. So we're looking at, and the max is 7, so we're at 1/2. See, I think it will be okay around, yeah, look, 2 centimeters. That's 6.2 by 1.7 centimeters. Let's push it a little bit more. 1.8. There we go with that. 1.8 by 6.8. And you know what? I'm actually just going to put the S square on the rears, because that's really small. So I'm just going to squeeze that in there. He's just going to have the S line off at the back. So that's I don't see it going on there, to be honest with you. So we're just going to get rid of the line and put the square on the rear ones. And I'm just going to go and double check that measurement just to make sure. Okay, so looking again, I think we can get the S line on there as well. So we're going to just do that. We'll make it a touch smaller than the actual one that goes in the front. So I reckon, say something like that will be okay. So now we've got our outlines, our 2 different sizes, and we're going to cut these in white. So basically we're going to see the red caliper through this part. So it's going to be red, red, and the white S line will go onto the red caliper basically. So we now select our outlines. We go to export as S line, the Audi S line logo, AI, export. We want to choose the curve option. We want to open up our sign cut. Audi S line logos, and there we have it. Our 2 logos ready to go. Yeah, so the machine's cut our logos onto the gloss white vinyl. These are only tiny logos, so literally. So there we go. Got our S-Line logos cut cut, ready to place onto the calipers. The calipers are still going to be a little touch wet, so we're going to take these up, get them ready to go. So yeah, now we're ready, all pulled out. Take some of our application tape, do a small bit there, place over the top. This is just basically to help it transfer to where we need it. You can tell my hands are dirty, mate. So you can use one of these and just go over it, rub it down nicely. And now I'm always going to leave extra on each side, so just trim whatever you've got. Don't trim down the other side of it, because you're going to need them parts, because obviously once you come to sticking it on, you don't want to be trying to hold it like this. You want it out so you can see exactly where it's going. So yeah, they're ready to go. They look a bit dirty, but don't worry about that. So yeah, we've got the 4 logos ready to go on the calipers. Yeah, we're going to wait for a little while, give it 5-10 minutes, let it dry, and then slap these on, hit it with a clear. Okay, so we're now ready to apply our S-line logos to the calipers. We're going to give the calipers 2 coats of the red paint. They're ready to go. So once the stickers are on the calipers, we're then going to hit it with our engine paint. This is also heat resistant, so this will protect the actual sticker once it's on there. So we've got the 2 sizes, one for the front, one for the back. So we take our larger sticker, remove the backing, and we're just going to find a nice for these to go in. So roughly around about there is nice. There you go. So now that I think just literally use your finger just to sort of push it down into any divots that the caliper's got. It's like a rough surface on the caliper, so just make sure that the sticker's stuck down pretty well. And then now we're just going to give it a coat of the engine paint just to give it that gloss. As you can see, it's a bit matty at the minute, so give this a shake up. We're only going to give it one little once over, just to sort of give it that shine. And that's basically that. And as you can see now, it's turned it into a shiny detail, turned it a bit glossy, and now what we're going to do, let that set for a little while and give it another little once over. So now we're going to run around, do the rest of the calipers. finally finished up with the Audi A4 calipers. Got the car back on the ground. With this job we also done the light tints and the front window tints. We hit it with the light smoked on the front lights, and we hit it with a 70% road legal, let me repeat that, road legal 70% window tints on the front. I can't lie, it looks a lot better than what I thought it would do, because like 70% is hardly any tint at all. So, but against a black car with the other black windows, it does tie it all in pretty well. But got the car back on the ground. It's looking pretty suave. And let me just show you these calipers quick. That was the whole point of this video. As you can see, they come out pretty good, mate. No complaints from me, mate. I'm pretty sure they won't be from the customer either. So yeah, that's the process that you follow if you want to come up with something similar to what I've just done here. As I say, mate, I'm sweating. Just got the car back on the ground, ready for the customer. So yeah, we're on to the next one, mate. So make sure you like, subscribe, all that other stuff. It's JP, Vinylstyleuk. I hope this video has helped you out quite a lot, because it's one of them info ones. But yeah, as I say, like and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one, yeah? JP, love.